There are moments as a believer when your greatest joy will be from the future ahead, being strongly convicted that whatever that you are going through, whatever is happening now, can only end in glory. It's what can stir up the spirit of praise within you, even when you are going through the most challenging moments. One thing is for sure, that as a person in Christ, it can only end in glory, and the glory shall increase from one level to the other as the days are going on ahead. So James tells us that in James chapter 1, the verse 2 to 4, that brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. There is no situation, no difficult moments that a believer, a child of God, would experience that would be in vain. There is something ahead for us. Paul tells us in Romans 8, verse 18, that I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. And remember the life of Christ, even in the midst of the most excruciating pain, humiliation and shame, he had his eyes fixed on the joy that was ahead, and so it built his endurance capacity. And that is what happens when we recognize that in Christ or in the Lord it can only end in glory. He tells us, Hebrews chapter 12, the verse 1 to 2 says that, therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Jesus went through his difficult moments, and because he was convicted, because he knew that the Father had a destiny, a glorious end for him, he fixed his eyes on that, and so he was able to endure till the end. And it's the same principle for us. Remember Abraham, in the midst of all his challenges, Jesus tells us in John chapter 8, verse 56, that your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw and he was glad. He saw it and was glad. Abraham saw ahead the days of Christ, the glorious days when the Messiah will come to redeem us, and he rejoiced. And the Messiah came from his lineage, and so he was also able to endure through faith. The same thing is for us. One thing is assured, no matter what we go through, the end is of joy and glory. Meditate further on praising God in advance.